We're starting at 6, right?
Yash Rajan,
All right.
people have joined in, so we'll be starting in a while.
All right. I'll just share it on the Instagram as well.
All right, so hi guys. We will be starting in another 5 to 6 minutes. So a lot of people are still joining us. I'd like to know which all years you guys are from. So we advertise mainly to freshers. So can you just put your years in the chat? Like if you're first year, just put first. If you're from second year, just put it in the chat. Just get to know like who all have joined us today for the event. Right. So it's good to see like mostly first year till now. Don't we have? Oh, we have first year MC also. Welcome to the meeting, Manisha. I hope you gain a lot from the session. We have Sagar also from first year MCA. Right. So I think around 30 more people have just joined us. So hey guys, welcome to the event. So we were just taking a quick poll in the chat as to which year you guys are from. So we primarily advertised to first years, but I think a lot of second years have also were interested in the session. So just if you are from first year or second year, just drop in which year you are from and your branch also, so that we know who all have joined us for today. Just drop it in the chat box. Right. So we have some people from first year CSE. We have some people from final year mechanical also. It's good to see. Right. So today's session is for everyone who's interested in data science and analytics and in consulting, and especially you first years and second years who want to build a career in this. It's going to be a great opportunity for you because we are going to have a one-to-one session with your seniors who have cracked jobs in companies like ITC, like Mondelez, like Amazon, Goldman Sachs, as well as PwC. So I hope you guys are looking forward to the interaction. So we have some more people from MC and from MME and Chemical. Welcome, guys. We'll just be starting in another couple of minutes. It would be great if you could share this link with your friends so that everyone can benefit from the session. Right. We have around 80 participants as of now. All right, guys, it's 6 o'clock. We'll be just beginning in a bit. To make the session a bit more interactive, I don't want it to feel like an online class. You guys have already suffered a lot of that. So I'd actually like you guys to turn your cameras on if you're comfortable with it, so that we can see each other and it'll be a much more interactive and engaging session. So I just request all of you guys to turn your cameras on. If you're comfortable with it, you can go freshen up and then just turn on. So we have a lot of freshers joining in. I really want to interact with you guys. I mean, I'm going to graduate in another few months, so I'd really like to see my freshers. Uh, that being said, we'll just begin in a bit. Right, so we're almost at 100 people joining us right now. So a lot of your friends are still coming in. So, right, before we begin that, I'll just like to introduce myself a bit. My name is Shoma, and I'm from mechanical final year. So I just want to know a bit about you guys. So have you guys heard about our club, or is this the first time you guys are hearing? If it's the first time, just drop a yes in the chat. So if it's the first time you guys are hearing about this club, just drop a yes in the chat. If All right, so we have a lot of people who are new to the club. So this is the perfect session for you to get to know the club as well as how you can benefit from us and the opportunities that we provide and how you can, build your career through all the resources that we have. So it's good that all of you have joined the session. Uh, I can see a lot of answers coming. So welcome to the session. Anshul, welcome. Manoj Kumar, good to have all of you here. Welcome, Jayaditya. All right, so without further ado, we're going to begin the session now. Uh, so yeah, let's get started. So welcome to the open house for BDAC. We are going to be discussing all about our club, about our team, about the competitions we go to, and all the things that we do, and how one of the most anticipated questions from all of you while filling the form is how you can join us. So we're going to be covering all these things. Many of you are here to talk to your seniors about how they cracked the most coveted internships in in their dream companies. So we're going to be doing all of that and more. So I hope you're looking forward to it. So let's get started. Let's begin with a question. What is the one skill that you wish to excel at during your engineering journey? Any one skill which you want to learn in these 4 years or these this BTech years of your life? Just drop it in the chat. What is the one skill you wanted to develop? Something which you dreamt about in school, or something which you are excited about, or anything that you read like AI, ML, computer vision, anything.
Okay, so we got some answers from the chat. And, AI and ML, software engineer, nice. Can you please elaborate on that? Yeah. Robotics, nice. AI and ML, AI and ML, code, ethical hacking, nice. Aditi Babu, ethical hacking, nice. Uh, we got some from cyber security, game developer, nice. Trading, we have some from fintech also, nice. Money management, AI, trading, nice. Okay.
So that's amazing to see. You guys have given so many amazing answers, and I'm really proud to say that many of these things are things that we do. In fact, including trading also. That's one thing even
Yeah.
I've been doing for the past 2 years myself. So it's really good to see that all of the things you want to do, you can for sure learn from your seniors and your peers at PDAC. So uh, let's just introduce our club to you a bit more. So in today's session, we're going to be learning about BDAC, which is Big Data Analytics and Consulting Cell. We are a club in NITW. We'll be looking at the team we have here and the leadership team and the management team that we have here. Then we are also going to be looking a bit at the events that we have done throughout the last semester. Hi, Sushrutika says she was on web development also. That's really great. We're going to be talking about a few projects that we have done as club members. And we're going to be talking about a few competitions that we have gone to as a club. And finally, the most awaited one, you can talk to your seniors about how they, got a job at their dream companies. So, without further ado, I'd just like to call upon Prashant to take up and inform you and tell you guys about what we are at BDA. Prashant, have the floor.
Hey guys, hope your evening is going great. And so let's quickly see what BDAC is. So we are a team with a vision to make industry-ready projects, participate in competitions and hackathons, and we're also into research as well. So the team comprises of four factions: operations, creative, big data and analytics, and the consulting teams. So the operations team is responsible for strategic relations, event planning, and logistics. And the creative team is responsible for public relations, drafting editorials, and designing posters and social media posts. The big data and analytics team will be, as a team, will be participating in machine learning and AI hackathons and data visualization hackathons, and will be working on group projects, and also will be working on data analytics projects as well. And the consulting team, as a team, would be representing our college and team and case study competitions, slide decks, and case challenges. So, so I would like to you people to answer a quick poll. So, if you get into the team, so what would be the faction that you would see yourself contributing in? So quickly type in the chat box your answers.
Guys, feel free to interact. Yeah, consulting, BA, BDNA, okay. Operational, nice. Three. Data analytics, nice. Many are interested in MI AL, nice.
So that's good to see that all of you are interested in joining our team and and contributing to these factions. So let's just look at our current team that we have. So I'll just go over it very quick. So in the final years, we have two general secretaries who lead the team. I lead the consulting division, and Shrifani is present with us here, who leads the big data analytics division. We also have Shwetank with us, who's a chemical engineering student, and he's our data science secretary. We have Shalini with us. She's also a final year chemical engineering student, and she's our consulting secretary. We have Gauri with us. She is from Triple E, and she's our business analytics secretary. And we have Harsh with us, who's also from Triple E, and he's our data analytics secretary. So this is the final year body that's leading us, and these are the rest of our team members. So I think a club is only as good as its team, and I am really blessed to have all these people on my team. We are not just teammates, but also really good friends. We try to like we have a lot of fun with each other. We share memes, and we have a really good relationship. And I think that's what builds a great team. We also do a lot of work together, and so we learn from each other. There are a lot of things which juniors also teach us over here. So I think it's a club where we don't really have this senior junior relationship. A lot of the times the juniors take the lead in many events. So with that, I'd just like to hand it over for the next one to talk about events.
All right, thanks. Hello, guys. I can see like many of you are interested in this AI and ML stuff, right? So, give me one quick answer. Where do you plan to learn these things? Whatever you have told in the chat. Like, you can type it out real quick. Okay, EDX. Right. Yeah. I saw a lot of you, you are saying really YouTube, EDX. I get you have a bit of idea, but what we do here is we conduct, that quality sessions, and that is live, interactive, your own seniors taking up the session. You can really ask them questions in the bit, and it's like you are doing the same stuff at the same time with your seniors. So we have started this semester with, aim to upskill the students. That's why we conducted a SQL workshop first, where we taught around good number of people everything about SQL from zero to hero. And the same thing for consulting division as well. We had a really exciting case study. We taught how to make slide decks, what are the different things. And after that, in collaboration with IG, we conducted a case study competition. So you see the pattern here. You first learn how to do a case study thing, then you participate in a competition to check how much you have learned. And we are very elated to inform you that in this case study competition we saw participation from all across the country. I mean, you name the best colleges of India, we had people participating from there. This has a good amount of cash prize as well. We got to interact with so many good people and all. So after that, we conducted, next slide. Yeah. So we conducted guest lectures. So specifically for AI and ML thing, we had Amarjot Singh, who is our alum. He did his PhD from Cambridge. He runs a company which does only AI and ML. We had good interaction with him as well. And after that, we conducted sessions with, you can see these people whom you're seeing in the right, like Nitendra Rajput or Gopalan Oplipanan. They are OGs in this field. I mean, they are literally in AI and ML from the starting. They have 15 to 20 years of experience. So this kind of people we had. So in next, I want you guys to tell me a thing. I mean, name any technical workshop which you would like to, attend from our side. Anything. I mean, did the consulting one excited you the more, or the SQL one was, very exciteful for you all? Which kind of sessions you would like to, yeah, consulting SQL, nice. Fine. I see people, interested in consulting as well. Very interesting. So next, I will be telling you what exactly our plans are for the next semester. So we have upskilled the previous students a bit. In this semester, we are planning to organize hackathons to test the analytics skills of our students. And remember one thing, whenever you see at BDAC and there is any event out there from our side, don't ever think that you are not, you don't have that much knowledge or anything. We believe in learning by doing. So you just come to us, we'll teach you everything, we'll make you participate. So these are the things which are planning, like hackathon, case challenges, and we'll have very exciting guest lectures as well. So keep an eye. And the workshops which we have conducted in the past are available on YouTube. Just have a look at them. Yeah, thanks. So next, we will be talking about projects.
So hello everyone. I'll be talking about the projects which BDAC members have worked on. So let us go ahead and see what exactly projects have we performed. So over here we can see a dashboard. So a dashboard is a visual representation of data collected through which insights can be gathered. There are different tools. For example, this is a Power BI project which we have formed over here, and in this we can understand the different types of insights. Such it's about the code case. I would not like to go into the content because it's vast. So let us take a look at different tools. So let's go ahead. So this is a Tableau project. A Tableau is also a power visualization tool. It's used for visualizing all the data that you have gathered. So again, we can see how it's easier to understand data in visual because data is vast. If we sit and try to understand data by its individual components, it's very difficult to understand it. So as we can see over here, it's very easy to understand by visual representation. So if you want to become a consultant or a data analyst or a data scientist, it's not always about representation. There's something called case study also. You need to have good case study competition skills in order to understand and formulate answers. So we can see over here, this is a profitability case study. One of our team members, especially Shubham, has worked on it when he was interning for Bajaj. This is another small dashboard where we can see the future savings or reports of Tata. And again, there are many visualization tools, and this is one of them. So right now, let's come to the coding part, which most of you have been excited about. Over here, we have, using a code, we have plotted something into a visual representation. We have done this on the site Kaggle, which is very common for, and which is very popular among data scientists, machine learning engineers, anyone who's a data enthusiast. So we use code to get visual representations. Again, another dashboard. We have a lot of team members who work on dashboard, and they honestly enjoy doing it. So right now, this code seems very complex to you, but I assure you it's not. It's a code which is used for executing computer vision, which is a subcomponent of machine learning and AI. So I would like to hand it over to the next person.
Right. Thank you so much, Rajan. So the purpose of showing you all those screenshots from the previous slides of the projects that we have done is to show you that we are not just all talk and no walk, right? We told you that we do projects in the club and you have the proof right in front of you. We have done projects in data analytics, in computer vision, in AI, ML, in consulting, as well as in data visualization. So if any of you want to get into the field of analytics and consulting, many of you said you want to. So these are the kind of tools that you need to learn to become a good data analyst. You need to learn Power BI, Tableau, Excel, RStudio. So let's look at what do we do after learning these skills. So now we have shown you all the personal projects that we have done and how we have developed these skills through doing these personal projects. Now I'm going to show you what implementation that we have done. So we have actually gone to competitions, which are we have gone to IIT Madras, IIT Roorkee, XLRI, and currently also we are working for an IIT Kharagpur competition, and we have gone to IIM Ahmedabad and a lot of these reputed management colleges and engineering colleges and competed over there. So these are the kind of slides we aim to make. So this is a slide which we have not made. This is from a consulting team in Harvard, and this is from a consulting team in IIM Ahmedabad, right? So these are the kind of slides that we aim to make. This is what we learn how to make. And the reason I'm showing you is that even if you join us and join our team, you'll be learning how to make slides like these. So I just want to walk you through a few competitions that we have done. So we've participated. So this is a slide from Yashwant. Could you please mute your mic? Yashwant Yanduri. Yeah, thank you. So this is a competition that we participated in HPCL, and we were awarded the fourth place in all over India. So this was a kind of innovation challenge also. So you can see the kind of slide designs we make as consultants, and these are the kind of projects. So this was again for I think an IIT competition. So these are the kind of slides we do make in our club. So we learn a lot of things about management also. So if many of you want to go ahead and do MBAs later on, so you will be learning about things such as product positioning, making a prototype schematic, making some marketing models. So these are the kind of things which we are also extremely enthusiastic about, and these are the things which we actually implement and actually go out and participate and win in competitions, right? Why is winning in competitions important? Because imagine if you are a third year or a second or a fourth year student who's looking for a job, right? If you have gone to IIT Madras and you've presented these kind of products and these kind of solutions and you have won those competitions, it really helps on your resume. So I myself have won competitions in IIT Madras, and during my recruitment, the recruiters are extremely impressed that we have gone there, built some kind of prototypes, and given these kind of presentations. So these are the things that we do here and teach you guys here at BDAC, and this is how it helps in your career on the longer term. So just one a poll again. So this is an interesting question. If you could fix one problem in the world, what would it be? Any problem statement. It may be like you want to eliminate spectacles, for example, because they fog up, or like you want to make your house key access into an RFID. Anything, any one problem which you could fix in the world, or any one project that you want to work on. Like, what would it be? Like, I want to know in the chats. Right. So we have
It's
diabetes. Yeah, Akshat, carry on.
yeah, it's a really nice first. Yeah, I answer. Cancer, very nice. Make river pollution chemical free, very nice. It's a racism. I would like to know how you could control racism with this, right? Pollution level, blindness, amazing answers, guys. Just type out amazing answers. Waste management, mental health, very good, amazing answer. Big boss, I'll leave that. Pollution, water purification, great. Disabilities in human, amazing. Non-sustainable development, okay. I don't know. Yeah, sustainable development, okay. COVID, yeah, we all want to cure that, yeah. Range in electrical vehicle, nice. Efficient conservation of energy, reduce damage to the environment. Politics, nice. Climate change. Okay, amazing answers. So, energy conversion, spread knowledge. Yeah, Shubham, yeah, you can take over. These are amazing answers they all put in.
Right. So a lot of interesting answers coming in from you
I
guys.
really like the politics one. I don't know how.
Yes, so in fact,
Yeah.
I'd just like to share with you that this was one of the years in which a political consulting company also came to hire in our college, Nation with Namo. So even if you want to become a political consultant, even that is an opportunity available for you at NITW. So, anyways, let's get to the good part about it. So, all of you have told me what all you want to work on. Many of you want to work on sustainable development, on improving pollution. Many of you want to work on electric vehicles, or work on medical sciences. The best part about being in the field of data science and consulting is that the data is everywhere. There is medical data, there is tax data, there is environment pollution data, right? So the best part about being a data scientist and a consultant is that you can always work in all of these fields that you're extremely passionate about through the field of data science, right? If you have data on how many cars pollute in the city, then you can make some kind of projections to evade that, right? If you want to consult some company on how they should enter a new market, you can do that. So what is in it for you if you join our club, right? So let's understand that. One of the things that we do here is research also. So our faculty advisor is extremely kind enough to help us with cutting edge research, which is happening in the fields of data science and data analytics. So we have small research teams within our club. If you want to publish papers, if you want to go into that research line for data consulting, data analytics and data science, we do that over here. If you want to do projects like we just showed you, we showed you so many data visualization tables, right? If you want to make projects like that, this is the perfect place for you because this is something that we all do, as we have already shown you. If you want to go to competitions, so I've shown you a lot of screenshots of a lot of slides and a lot of solutions that we have made for competitions. Of course, I've just shown you one slide. These are big PPTs. But anyway, so I've shown you the competitions that we go to. I've given you the names of the colleges. So if you are interested in highlighting these big brands like IIT Madras, like IIM Ahmedabad on your resume while being a third year student, so I think this is a place for you to do that. And lastly, I think the most important thing in all of this is having a resource bank, is having a peer group of interested individuals, right? Let's say that you are passionate about consulting, but as an engineering student, it's extremely difficult for you to find like-minded people. So I think that's one thing this club can provide you. If you are passionate about data analytics, or if you want to be an analyst but you don't know how to code, can you become an analyst without knowing how to code? The answer is surprisingly yes. We have a lot of people who have done that, right? And you're going to be talking to those people in the next 5 minutes. So the point is, you need to have some mentors, some guides, some peer groups for you, and some resources for you to access to go ahead in your career. And that's something which we can provide. So one of the biggest questions that all of you, I think most of you asked us in your Google form is, how can you be a part of our team? So I'm gathering that many of you right now are first years and second years. We do have a few final years and MCA people joining us also. But so currently we do recruit annually, right? And now that you are a part of our open house group and our community group, we will be sharing links for our further recruitment plans and processes. And we will be really, really happy to interview you guys and take you in on board for our team. So just keep staying on the group and interacting with us, and do follow our Instagram pages, our YouTube channel, our LinkedIn pages, because we'll be posting our recruiting plans over there. So if you're genuinely interested in applying to our team, if you're genuinely interested in getting availing all these opportunities, going to competitions, building your resume, making actual industry level projects which are backed by brands like IIT Madras and IIM Ahmedabad. So please do go and follow our pages right now. We are on Instagram, we are on LinkedIn, we are on Facebook, we have our website also. We'll be sharing these links with you. Saurabh, if you can just share the links on the chat right now also, so you can just copy paste it and keep it somewhere if you want to follow us. So keep in the next 1 week and 2 weeks, we'll be putting out what our plans for recruiting are and how you can be part of our team. So I hope you guys are really excited, but you have to follow our pages and stay in touch with us to keep updated. With that being said, let's get to the good part, right? So you are going to be talking with people who have cracked these companies. So these are, I think, in my opinion, one of the most coveted jobs from NITW. All of you must have heard about Amazon, about Goldman Sachs, about ITC, about, if you haven't heard about Mondelez, it's the company that makes Cadbury, right? It's a huge, huge, huge FMCG company. PwC is one of the biggest management consulting companies in the world. So without further ado, we are good. I'd like to hand it over to firstly to Shrajan. He has cracked an internship at PwC in consulting. So the point of this interaction is for you guys to ask questions that you can only ask a person who has got this job, right? Don't ask like what is the CGPA criteria, what kind of coding you need and all that. All these questions you'll find the answer to on Google. Like if you want to ask him about what are the kind of projects he focused on, or where all did he prepare, and if there's any strategy that he used to crack this job. So ask those kind of questions which you can ask only to the person who has cracked the job, right? So it'll be more beneficial for you because all these CGPA criteria and other kind of requirements, you will find it online or on your placement group. So without further ado, I welcome Shrajan to take over and he will interact with you. I would actually encourage the people who open their mic and ask the questions and who can open their video and ask the questions so that Shrajan can talk to you one on one.
Thanks, Shubham. So hi everyone again. My name is Rajan Dubey, and I'll be taking part as a summer intern for PwC in the summer of 2022 as a data analyst consultant. So I would not like to give you a wide broad sight of, oh, how should you get this particular internship. I'll tell you how exactly should you focus on your skills. So the main thing which you need to understand that is, whenever you learn a skill, learn it in such a way that next time someone asks you a question about it, you're able to answer it in a very broad manner. So I had learned different skills such as Excel, Tableau, SQL, Power BI, and I would also like to thank all of my seniors who have helped me and guided me in order to get this internship. So I would like to take up any questions, and once that's done, I'll hand it over to the next intern.
Could you share just exactly what a data consultant does in a data consulting firm? Like,
All
that
right,
was
sure.
super.
So data consultant, what a data analyst is, that's what I would like to explain you first. A data analyst is someone who gathers insight from dirty data. So you know all these Amazon and big sites extract your data when you give them your information. Now to get it in a proper visualized manner, a data analyst extracts the data from the warehouse and simplifies it for the stakeholders or shareholders to understand, to expand the business ways. So that's what a data analyst consultant does.
Thank you. And just how important is coding to data analysis?
Coding is not relevant over here because I'll explain it to you. Not as Shubham said earlier, that a data analyst does not require high level coding or even basic coding. SQL is something which is very important. And let me be honest, Shubham had conducted a SQL event along with us, and he had taught us a lot of things for SQL, which really helped me out. And SQL is not a difficult language to learn.
So SQL is integral to data analytics.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you so much. That really helped.
Thank you. What kind of projects, contests did you put your resume on? So as I said, a data analyst mostly focuses on visualization tools. I had completed a few projects on data visualization by using the tool Tableau. I went on YouTube, searched up Tableau projects and contests. If you talk about, it's very vital for you to take part in contests since they help your resume and improves your case study competition skills. So I'd taken part about in 3 to 4 case study competitions along with my BDSCC peers and with some of my friends. So what do companies look for? Companies look for not just hard skills. Hard skills are your Excel, Tableau, Python, and all of that. They also look for your communication skills, which is also known as soft skills. They look for extremely smooth communication skills, and the way you communicate is very vital in it. What are the courses you have done? I have done different courses from Udemy, Coursera, some boot camps from DeFi, because DeFi is a startup conducted by our senior alumni. And after that, I just consulted some of my seniors for the guidance. So can you tell some websites for data science or analytics for beginners? I would say that it's better to go on YouTube and just type data analyst roadmap. You'll find it on a channel called Code Basics. They will explain you how do you go from step 1 to step 10 to get to excel that particular role. So and how do you start? Yeah, just first decide what you exactly want to do. Where your interest peaks is something you should choose for, and that's where I think you should start off. Go ahead, talk to. In fact, that's the point of this entire conversation. You can contact us seniors in order to understand how we have attained these interns. Yeah, you can get into consulting without doing an MBA. An MBA is not important for a consultant. It's all about the mind and the skill the person possesses. Okay, I think we have gotten into a lot of questions. I would like to hand it over to the next intern.
All right. Thank you so much, Rajan. So I
Thank you.
hope you guys continue to ask such kind of questions. So next is we have Abhijit with us, and he has cracked ITC. ITC is one of the most coveted jobs at NITW. If you ask any of the seniors, ITC in fact is on the first company that comes on campus for recruiting, even before Microsoft and other big brands. So without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to Abhijit, who will walk you through his journey on how he secured this coveted internship.
Good evening, guys. I'm Abhijit. I'm from Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department, third year. So, as Shubham said, ITC was one of the first companies which came in to the intern drive this year. ITC actually generally only hires the core profile, wherein it only allows the applicants from electrical, mechanical, and chemical departments, wherein it only hands over the core profiles. But this year, since my resume was a bit, data science oriented, and I was able to convince them ki I actually did a research work that ITC was in requirement of data science profiles, wherein ITC had invested in a lot of projects where data science was required. So this groundwork actually helped me in convincing the interviewer key this data science profile is actually required. So I got a profile in data science as well as the core, the core part. So the first years who are from non-computer science departments also, you need not worry that data science profile is only for the computer science department students, but you can take up data science without losing your hard work and time you've put in your core branches. You can actually make a blend of your core department and data science, and it is a really deadly combination, and it is the most in demand uh, product now. So any questions you can ask me. Yeah, it's all open now.
Could I know how many companies will allow all branches in interns?
That actually depends. Yeah, that data is with training and placement department in NIT Warangal, so you can go and check there. There are fairly large number of companies which do that, but yeah, ITC has only allowed the uh, core departments like EEE, mechanical and chemical.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Abhijit, there's a question in the chat box.
Okay, so there's a lot of going on in chat box.
So we have around 160 people present on the call. Many of you are freshers. Guys, you'll not get a chance like this. This is literally if you are one of the biggest companies that come to our campus, and it's a direct management trainee job also. It's one of the most prestigious jobs on campus, and he's cracked it. And if you are also aiming for such kind of placements in your career, you should really interact with him and try to gain from his experience. So please do feel free to unmute yourself and just talk with him. Any questions that you have about his journey, about what strategies he used, he'll be really happy to help you guys.
Khushi, the main strategy was that uh, I felt that I had an edge over, I had a greater advantage over the other candidates because I went into ITC website and I researched about wherever ITC had invested this year and what are the future plans of ITC. And the ITC is a huge company wherein it invested in a lot of sectors. ITC has a fintech sector. ITC has a you know a food sector. ITC has invested in a lot of other sectors where the data science profiles is actually required. They have taken up projects wherein the machine learning and the deep learning concepts are required. So yeah, the groundwork which I did on the company helped me in cracking this uh, profile. That was the basic strategy. Aman is asking me the exact role which was given to me as an intern in ITC was that I was given a role of data science and core profile, data science and electrical. So the exact job description is not yet given to me, but my role name was given to me that it is a data science intern and as well as core triple intern. Uh, exact skills Karan, you'll just have to explore. What I have to say is you you don't restrict yourself to only a particular type of skill. You you try to explore each and every skill and try to find your interest where your interest lies in, and uh, excel in it.
Ayush.
Yeah, IIT Madras is offering an online degree in BSc Data, and I am also taking up that online degree in BSc. I have completed my foundation level. It is a 3-year program. Uh, I completed my first foundation level, and I'm now into diploma level. I say it's a very, very, informative and interesting program. Uh, if you're interested to build up your CV and resume towards data science, and I'd like to suggest you take it up too, because since it is a online sem, mostly it will be online this time also. You'll have time to do other courses instead of wandering in Udemy or Coursera. You can take up this online degree, wherein you'll also get alumni status of IIT Madras, and they're also saying you can also sit in placements of IIT Madras for data science profiles too. So if you're interested, and uh, I'll have to say this, that you should devote a lot of time, and it takes a lot of effort. uh, it is as good as you're doing two BTech degrees at a time. So it takes up a lot of time. If you're interested, Rahul, you can please take up that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Abhijit. So we
Yeah,
have
bro.
two more people from working in software development and data science roles from two other amazing and really, really top-notch companies, Goldman Sachs and Amazon. So they will continue answering your questions about data science, AI, and ML. So without further ado, one of my favorite companies and one of every CSE person's dream company, Goldman Sachs. We have Manoj.
Right. Good evening, guys. I hope all of you are well. Uh, basically, my role, I have been offered an SDE role, though its name is summer analyst. Basically, my role is software role. Yeah. So let me just point out few of the mistakes that I have done during my preparation, so that you guys will be wary of it. You do your preparation. So one of the important things is be consistent with your practice. The subjects that you need for the internship of SDE roles are DSA, DBMS, and OOP. And DSA has majority of weightage in that. So what I advise you is that you be consistent in your practice, and it is very important to have a good grasp of DSA uh, to crack these companies for SDE role. And also you need to keep revising things so that you won't waste time in your during your interview, or even in a online test as well. And the more important thing is that, like, you concentrate over quality over quantity. Like, what I mean to say is that instead of just rushing yourself to do many questions, and do not think like that. Doing more questions doesn't help if you do not have a good grasp over the concept. So what I advise is that get a good understanding of different data structures and different concepts. Do not rush yourself to solve more problems. And one more thing, be in touch with your seniors, so that you can know about different roles, like companies that offer different roles, and what you can do to crack them. That's all from my side. If you
All
have
right.
any questions.
Yeah, guys, feel free to unmute yourself and ask him questions. I think that will be a better way to engage with him.
And one more thing, yeah. So for SDE role, do not do not forget to explore this website called Geeks for Geeks. I don't know how many still. Explore every corner of this website. You can find many resources for your preparation. Yeah, it is Geeks 4geeks.com.
Yeah, actually, I'm interested in software developer roles. How to start my preparation and which language I should learn up to the last moment. What language should I learn? Could you say like that?
I have also seen few questions related to which language do you need to learn. Yeah, let me make this clear. They do not look for specific language while they're hiring. You can code in either C or C++, Java, Python, any language of your choice. But my suggestion would be that go for either C++ or Java, because coding DSA in those languages is easier, and also yeah, these two languages are better in terms
When
of.
did you started your preparation for a internship especially?
Okay, regarding this, I did not do much of coding or like practice in first or second year. I just used to do normally, like as a habit on. But during my summer break after second year, I have rigorously practiced DSA, and also I have revised my OOP and DBMS concepts that were taught in second year itself. And yeah, do not neglect these subjects during your academics. Like it may be or may not be an online SEM for you guys. So like it is common that you neglect the academics during the online semester. Don't do that. Like you can try to follow the lectures along with the professors, and also you can also be referring some external resources as well. Yeah, like in my case, I have done most of the preparation in my summer break itself. But you can start, like you know it's never too late to start, right? So you can start anytime.
What was your mistakes in first and second year which you want to share with us? Which you wanna do, which you want your juniors to not to do?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so when we were when we entered second year, this lockdown has started, and I thought, let me do some competitive programming and all. So yeah, I have started, and I did not have much knowledge about data structures and all at that time. And what happens is that, like initially when you're starting to code, if you want to practice, then you can visit the websites like CodeChef or Codeforces, and I have also done the same thing for practicing. What happens is that initially you cannot solve you can solve only at most one or two problems only. And what happened with me is that I used to get a little demotivated if I couldn't solve many problems, and I used to look for alternatives other than coding and DSA. So I even now what I regret that I should have done coding seriously seriously at that time itself, instead of looking for some other alternatives. Yeah, the more you
So,
practice the coding, the easier it will be for you to crack the SDE interviews and exams.
all right. Thank you so much, Manoj, for giving all your insights on all these roles. We have another person from another top computer science company. I think one of the biggest companies in the world, Amazon. He's an extremely accomplished competitor also for our club. He has won really big national level hackathons also. So I won't take up much time. Needs no introduction. Anshuman Mishra. He's cracked the SDE offer from Amazon.
First of all, let me know if I'm audible.
Yeah,
Loud
you
and
are.
clear.
Okay, so just in case my voice takes in between, let me know. I will turn off my camera as network connection is thoda sa. So yeah. सर्वप्रथम वंदनीय मां शारदा के चरणों में मेरा शतशत नमन. Good evening, guys. Very happy to see you being so interactive today. I am Anshuman Mishra, a student of third year Electronics and Communication Engineering branch, NIT Warangal. Also educated analytics and consulting cell, and I have got a summer software development engineering SDE intern offer for upcoming summer at Amazon India HYD. So I'm here open to your questions. You can fire any question at me with respect to anything, may it be software development, may it be data science, may it be ML, may it be app development, may it be competitive programming, anything. So yeah, I have tried them all, and to be honest, all of everything that I have learned helped me crack Amazon. So actually, my internship that I got was off campus. So actually, when internship drive in college started, before that I got offer from Amazon. So I with my team participated in a hackathon, a national level hackathon that was organized by Amazon India. So my team got into national top 10. So yeah, we made an app that uses, of course, machine learning. That's my specialization. Uh, and yeah, of course, development too. So let me just look into chat box if you have a question. Okay, so app dev and yeah, I'm more into app development. I learned this app development like when COVID happened in first year, we came back to home. So I started learning, exploring my things. Although in first year beginning itself, I learned Python and learned core concepts of ML and convolutional CNNs and RNNs, etc. I learned theory of them. But when I came back to home and COVID happened, so yeah, I coded everything. I learned, experimented everything, and then I started learning app development as well as ML. So I did everything properly in my second year. Then yeah, then people ask DSA. Yeah, software companies always ask DSA questions. So I did that too. Data structures I did properly in my 2-1. Of course. Attended KR's classes, but yeah, practice is what something that makes man perfect. Then in next semester, I did competitive programming, and yeah, also I continued participating in hackathons. Yeah. Then yeah, we had intern drive. So okay, NPTEL CSC. Someone is asking privately NPTEL CSC courses. I don't know. I haven't tried that. You have a lot of good stuff out there on YouTube. You can try that. Specific to skills, you can. There's a good website called Udemy. There are very good courses out there. I'm not, of course, I'm not advertising Udemy. So you can just check that out. For example, if you want to learn, someone asked here in how to learn web development. So there's a course called Web Developer Bootcamp. If you just want to learn properly web dev properly, just do that. I think the instructor is Cole Steele. Yeah. So he has taught very properly. So there are very various websites out there. You can learn that. When you learn web development, also learn frameworks like React, JS, and all. Okay. So
Does web development or app development is compulsory, or we can do competitive programming instead of that?
see, both everything these two you are asking are totally different thing. I did everything because I have interest in all this app development, web development, because I really into tech. So I learned it for my fun. That's it. I didn't learn anything because I had to crack company or anything. CT, yes, I did because I wanted to strengthen my algorithmic skills. Because after 2-1 happens, you do proper DSA and all. You are very rigorous with your curriculum, but when 2-1 ends and you don't have a proper data structure course in your curriculum, you end up in 2-2 where you don't have, like, of course, like I said, then you have to do anything, something that keeps you regular. So that, and in that period of time, I did code forces and code chef. And yeah, I'm expert at code forces and 4-star at code chef. And after that, when summer came, I did properly, like 2 months I did one virtual contest on lead code every day. So yeah, that's how my algorithmic skills and data structure skill got strong. Which year did you start preparing yourself participating in hackathon intern? So yeah, I didn't actually uh, prepare myself for participating in hackathon. It was a friend of mine. whose good name is Sufyan Ansari. He invited me to join his team, the team he was making in first year. So yeah, that's how my team Technocrat formed, and we used to participate in different hackathons. The same team participate, and the same team won the national level hackathon with Amazon event. We also got honorable mention in Open Innovation Challenge of our college. We also cleared Smart India Hackathon in at semi-national level, and interns के लिए तो of course for intern preparation you have to do it in summer, but yeah, like it's if you are preparing for a SDE intern or SDE job, software development job, then you have to DSA is must. DSA is must. Note that DSA is must, and for that you have to learn every concept properly. Like Manoj, previous speaker of mine, mentioned that you can do it from GFG. But yeah, let me clear you one thing. If you are attending, I really suggest attend KR classes for DS. Then do everything yourself. If you have any problem, like if you're not able to do it, just keep doing it. If you like, it's just say 2 days happened and you didn't got any idea, then look at GFG. Don't look at GFG first. That spoils your thinking skill. That's a tip I wanna give you, and that DSA is something that they ask in interns and all. But my intern was kind of complex. I got internship because I was in top 10 in national hackathon. So that's why Amazon actually came to a campus this year, because Amazon not every time Amazon comes. Amazon comes to selected colleges, and this year they came to only those colleges of whose student got rank in their hackathon. So after that, Amazon came in our college. Yeah, it's SDE role, software development engineering role. This year, okay, this year CSC people have a DSA in 1 to okay, whatever. The curriculum has changed. Okay, so someone is asking for my contact details. Okay, so I'm gonna paste it in chat box. See, these are my social media handles and WhatsApp number I've also given. You can reach me out anytime, but before 11 p.m.
Bhaiya, what should be your advice for non-circuital branch like chemical, so that we can get internship like Goldman Sachs, Amazon? How should we proceed in uh, for 2 years or 3 years?
Okay, cool. I got your question. So, for non-core branch people, there is, see, just learn one thing, that they keep this in mind. Not every company is open for non-circular branches, but still, yeah, most of them are open. So the learning method is goes the same. Even I'm in EC, I don't have much software development courses in my curriculum. They are mostly hardware based, but I don't like hardware at all. Yeah, that's the truth. Uh, so you have to learn coding, of course. So keep learning it aside beside your curriculum. For like in my time when I was in, like say for 2-1, when I was in, yeah, our like KR classes and my classes used to go parallel. So you have to make time for it. If you want to do anything, if you want to achieve anything, you have to do something that is in direction of that. You don't have to just complain ki how to just do that. So like I already mentioned, ki agar if you want to do software development engineering, so you have to practice coding, you have to make your algorithmic skills, you have to do also one suggestion, if you are sorry, like strengthen your DSA skills, you can practice questions on LeetCode. So yeah, that's the thing, that's the original, that's the only approach. You have to learn algorithms, practice. That's for
Right.
SE job. Anyone
Uh,
else can ask questions?
yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for all those inputs, Anshuman. I think he has so much knowledge that he can help you guys. If the session was 10 hours long, he could still help you. So he has
You
that
can
much
reach me
experience.
out anytime.
So exactly.
Anything
So he has put all his details on the chat box. So do reach out to him. He'll be more than happy to help you guys. All of us will be. So without further ado, let's call the last person who will be interacting with you today. He's also one of our accomplished members in BDAC. He has participated in a lot of competitions, has a lot of knowledge about uh, MBAs and business subjects, and he has cracked an internship in Mondelez. Now you'll hand it over to Raghu.
Yeah, so am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, so hello everyone. Yeah, I'm really glad that you have joined our session and found your time valuable here. So Mondelez International is a snacking company. It's a food company. So it basically owns Cadbury, Oreo, and Toblerone, right? So these are the chocolate brands which it owns, and there are many other companies also on there. So it generally comes for the technical trainee roles in the supply chain. You know, supply chain, right? Like the raw materials which you acquire from the farmers till the final product which you get in your hands with the wrapper. So supply chain is basically a field present in any company. You have Amazon, the delivery system, logistics, and Mondelez. Even ITC actually hires for supply chain. So ITC and Mondelez are the companies which come for supply chain in our campus, and there are many other companies like Jubilant Foodworks, the Domino's owner, and Caterpillar, which come in the final year. But for internships, ITC and Mondelez are the prime recruiters. So what I would like to tell you is ITC and Mondelez comes for electrical, mechanical, chemical, and metallurgy branches. So, and also basically, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Raghu. I'm a third year mechanical engineering student here. So, I got rejected in ITC and many other core companies and analyst companies as well. And finally, Mondelez helped me. It came in October ending, and so I really was lucky to be able to get this internship. And one more thing I would like to tell you is ITC, Mondelez, and other companies, these slightly offer techno managerial roles. So what I would say is they're highly competitive. So what I mean by highly competitive is uh, they generally take in 1 or 2 students per branch. Not even per branch. The whole count of their interns is just 1 or 2, right? While there are many software companies, and equally the competition is also high for software companies. And also software companies take 10 per, like they did 10 to 15. The number is high, and equally the competition also. So if you really want to get into core companies, if there are any core folks or any data analyst, like since Abhijit has told, ITC hires for data analyst role, and Mondelez also, like core companies also, they require a lot of Excel. Excel also comes on a data analysis, and the PPT making, which the case study, right? So by the time your internship gets over, you have to submit a case or a PPT. So these are the basic essential skills for any internship: communication, Excel. Excel is basic for anything. Even if you go for a software role, Excel is compulsory. So these are the roles, skills required if you want to get into such companies. As I told, since they take only 1 or 2, what you have to do is you have to build a diverse resume. So what I mean by diverse resume, you have to join more clubs like Big Data, which is a technical club. And since this is a booming field, recruiters would really like to evaluate what you have done in the club. So even you join any club, you have to do a lot of work and build your resume and do a lot of projects as covered in the PPT. Projects and competitions. Like competitions, what do competitions do? They build your credibility. Like if you have won a competition, it means that okay, you really have the skills. Like even I can also fake a skill, right? But winning a competition is it will give you credibility. It's not mandatory, but it's a add-on, right? So these are a few of the skills which are required, and internship recommend generally happens in 3-1. So mechanical, chemical, very few companies come for analyst and core, but if you really build a diverse resume, you'll have an edge over your peers. So if anyone has any questions, they can unmute and ask me, or you can also put in the chat box. Okay, also try for data analyst roles as well. And if you would like to ask any analyst or core questions, it's fine.
Brother, actually, I'm from metallurgy branch, and my main aim is getting a job in software side. So, in which sector I have more companies to get as I'm a non-core sector for IT. In data analyst or in the software, I'll have more advantage
Actually,
offers like that.
yeah, I get your question, Hitesh. Like you want to know where you have more scope in analyst roles or software, right? This is your question, right?
Yeah, in NIT Warangal, which companies will come more and they have an eye on non-core sector also.
Okay, so I actually am not from the placement team, so I am not sure if I can reveal the official stats. But according to my knowledge about the placements and internships, I guess in the during your final year, during placement drive, you'll have a lot of software companies coming. Like there are plenty of software companies coming, and also the CTC is also comparatively higher than the core opportunities and the data analyst opportunities. So, and equally, there's a lot of competition also. Like you're competing with the circuital branches, CSE, EC, and EEE. And also, all the 8 branches, many people will be trying for software roles. So there's high competition as well. Same with data analyst. Only thing is data analyst, lesser companies come and the CTC is lesser. Also, one point you have to keep in mind is if the CTC is high, like it also depends on the enhanced salary. But one more thing is that you're getting more money, you should remember that there's more work and more stress. So what I would tell is don't just go based on CTC. What you have to do is you have to focus on your interests. Like what interests you, what excites you, what can you, like you have to do the work 8 to 9 hours on a day-to-day basis, right? So whatever interests you, go ahead with that. And coming to core opportunities, there are companies coming for core roles also, but they are slightly lesser in number than analysts. And but if you want to, if you want really to get into a core company, into a metallurgy or a core company, what you have to do is you have to build projects in the core domain. In your metallurgy, you can ask your seniors and like build a diverse resume, as I said, so that you can get an edge over your competition. And Arnav asks, so okay, techno managerial roles. I guess ITC and Mondelez offer techno managerial roles. Also, it depends on company's requirement also. Like ITC sometimes might come for technical, Mondelez also comes for technical trainee roles. But if they have a requirement in their management division, if they want an assistant under the MBA graduates, they would like to hire BTech graduates also. Or maybe if you don't think a management opportunity or you're getting a proper management opportunity in the campus, you can go for a technical role. And maybe after 2 to 3 years of work experience, you will get promoted to a management role. When and how to do project intern. So as I said, companies come for internship drive in our third year first semester. So projects, you should be doing projects by the start of third year, so that you can get ahead over the competition during the recruitment process, so that you can portray them on your resume. Also, if you're really interested, you can do internship at any point of time. Like even in your first year, you can do internships. There are a variety of internships on various websites. You can go check on Google. And projects, you can go search on YouTube or do any courses where you'll have a capstone project at the end. What is the roadmap for your preparation? Okay. So, okay, roadmap in the sense, I was not really sure about applying for core domains till my third year first semester. So what I did for core roles is that I did a project under a professor, and also when it comes to, I also did 1-2 analyst projects, like basic analyst projects, and these I ported on my resume. Like I showed like what I actually did, so that the recruiter don't know all this, right? So you have, it's your job to explain your project, to pitch your project before them. So it depends on how you explain also. Even if you do a high-end technical project and you can't explain, then it's of no use. And I was also part of 2 to 3 clubs, BDAC and another 2-3 clubs, where I was involved in content writing and event management. So even those filled up my resume. And I also did few courses. Like courses in the sense, you have to not do like basic of some language. Those won't help actually. Like if you say I've learned basics of Python, maybe it can help, but you have to show progress in what course you are doing. Like let's say you are doing some project management or any MATLAB course on MATLAB. You have to be able to do a project also, capstone project. So and average CTC. Analyst average CTC, I'm not sure if I can reveal. Maybe it's good actually. It's not very low also. And can you explain how to build useful resume? So don't worry, Srimant. We'll be conducting resume building sessions also. We also have few sessions on our YouTube channel. You can go check them. And I'm sure this has helped majority of people. If you still have doubts, you can join our WhatsApp group, and we are part of the group. So you can ask your questions over there.
All right. So thank you so much, Raghu. So as promised, we gave you a chance to talk to our people who have cracked these top companies. I hope you had a good interaction with them. I know a lot of you still have a lot of other questions and doubts about resume making and profile building. We will have a session in February specifically for that. So we'll sit down with you 1 hour, discuss our resumes with you. So don't worry about that. And you can reach out to all these people. You can find them on our Instagram, right? You can just message them. We'll send you contacts if required. So don't worry, we are always here to help you, right? We can't cover all of your doubts in 1 hour sessions. Anyways, so that being said, let's go on. So a few of the questions that came in. So on your Google form, you guys had asked a lot of questions. I've just picked up a few, 2, 3 questions which came in a lot. So one of the questions is how much role does CGPA play and how much emphasis to put on coding skills? So I think the coding skills answer has already been given by Shrajan, right? Even if you have zero coding skills, you can still crack a big company, but that doesn't mean you just ignore it completely, right? There is nothing wrong in doing a good thing. So if you can gain some basic knowledge, if you can gain some good skills, it's always beneficial for you. And how much role does CGPA play? A very honest answer is, in the end of the day, it matters. Okay, just because some companies there are a lot of companies who will not even ask you your CGPA, or like they don't have a specific CGPA cutoff, or it's very low. But in the end of the day, to be a competitive student, to be a good student, to be a student who is resilient, to be a student who is cares about his academics and his career, it's good to have a CGPA which is pretty decent and high. Another question which came out is, do you have a YouTube channel for knowledge and training? Yes, we do. Saurabh, we'll just give you the link again. I think in the beginning of the session, we've already shared the link with you, but this is a channel for our YouTube. Our SQL workshop is on the YouTube. Our case study workshop is on the YouTube. We have a Power BI workshop on the YouTube. So we have a lot of sessions which we have conducted since our club started. The recordings for all of those, including today's session, all of those will be on our YouTube. So you can go there if you want to learn SQL, and you should learn over there. Now, one question you will ask me is, hey, there are so many websites like Coursera or like Aman Datarwal or anybody on YouTube who will teach you better SQL than us. So why should you look at our video? The simple answer to that is our SQL video is taken by Shwetank, who is your senior, who has cracked a job in MasterCard, which is a company that you will be sitting for. And he knows exactly what kind of questions the recruiters who come to NITW ask, right? So it's a personalized session, SQL session for NITW students, right? What all you can learn to expect to crack a job at MasterCard like he did, or any other analyst company which comes. So you can go and check out our YouTube channel. Other than that, I think it's we had a good session. With that, we'd like to conclude over here. Thank you all for joining in, and please do stay in the WhatsApp group that you joined. If you did not, Saurabh, is it possible to put the WhatsApp group link in the chat over here also? If you are not on the WhatsApp group, you can join it right now. So please do join our group, stay over there. We'll be sharing resources with you. It will be like a small community that you have with us. If you want to reach out to anyone, all of us will be there on the group. If you want any help, if you're going for any competitions, we'll be there to form teams. If you want to form teams, look for like-minded people, go for any hackathons, you need any help in starting off, right? So Saurabh will be putting the WhatsApp link in the chat. So you guys can join our WhatsApp group, stay in touch with us. That being said, thank you again for joining in good numbers and staying throughout the event. I hope you guys, gained a lot from this event. Have a good night and hope to see you guys again in our future events.
One last
Thank you so
doubt.
much.
When and how to join this club?
Right, as I clearly mentioned in one of our previous slides, as of now, we do recruit annually, and our recruitment details will be put up on our Instagram. So go ahead and follow us on Instagram, and we will tell you like when we are beginning to recruit. I hope that answers your question. I think one more question has come up in the chat. The recording of this webinar will be up on our YouTube by the end of this week. We have other recordings also on our YouTube which you can check out. All right. So with that being said, have a good night, guys. Thank you so much for joining in.
I would like to ask one question, that if I want to build my career in core EC company, core EC, so will it benefit me to be a part of this club?
That is a question that you need to answer yourself, right? In EC also, as Anshuman mentioned, there is a hardware side and a software side. You will have companies like Texas Instruments and Qualcomm coming for hardware also. So if that is something that you see yourself interested in, you can still join our club because we do take part in a lot of competitions. And if you are interested in the product side of it, you may find some help from the consulting side. If you're interested in the software part of it, then you should definitely join our club because we do have people who are working in those fields. A few of the people you already met. So yeah, so you can see a few of our club members are already putting their LinkedIn's and Instagrams on the chat. So you can go ahead and follow them, get in touch with them on LinkedIn, get in touch with them on Instagram or WhatsApp or wherever. So yeah.
Shubham,
Should I say
the question,
good night again?
this
Yeah,
question,
go
I
on.
will add to this question. See, you wanted to do core EC, you wanna get a core hardware job. See, in EC, if you wanna get a hardware job, you have to follow your curriculum properly, learn all your subjects that you have, digital system designs for importantly, focus on that. And yeah, also there's a course called EDC in our, like it will be in your curriculum, electronic devices and circuit. Do that. These subjects are important. And apart from that, you ask what's the need of club in your resume, right? So apart from you, everyone else in EC shall be doing that. So what makes you stand out of the crowd? There are many friends of mine who are very good at studies, but some of them are in club, some of them are not in club, and some of them have extracurriculars. So those who had extracurriculars actually stood out. Companies noticed like being in club, they get to understand that this guy is responsible. Is he can not only your academic skills don't matter when you join a company. Your extracurricular skill, your ability to lead a team, your ability to conduct an event, because when you go in company, the only coding or only doing your part is not the only job you have there. You might be promoted to product manager someday. So how will you lead your team? How will you manage your everything stuff and all like that? So these skills are also important. That's why the extracurricular always is a plus in your resume. So if like I mentioned, follow your proper curriculum as well as try that you have some extracurricular activities in your resume, maybe debating, maybe anything, maybe consulting, maybe do it for yourself. And yeah, keep exploring. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anshuman. So it's a bit late now. I think we'd like to close the session on this good note. Thank you guys so much for your questions. If you have any more questions, please put them on the WhatsApp group. The links are in the chat. We'd like to close the session now. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much. See you in your future events. Bye-bye.